Hello, thanks for clicking on this video. What I'm going to be talking about today is bridges and how to get the most out of your standard bridge, maybe on an affordable guitar or an import. In this case, this one here is off a Kramer Beretta Special, just an import. It's got decent little saddles, and I've been able to make this one work really, really well. So I'm going to start what I did with the bridge plate. So in this case, this bridge plate is off a Fender Squier. So what you're going to be doing to make this work better for you is going to flip it over. And if you take a look here, you'll notice that the holes look like they're countersunk a little bit. And that is clearly for clearance for the screw. When the screw comes through, you want a little bit of room for it to rock, right? So they got a little bit of clearance, but it's not very much. It really does not move very far, but you can make it way better. So what I do is that you could go to any hardware store and you could get one of these. It's a countersinking bit, and it's about a 45-degree angle, as you can see here, hopefully. And what you do is you'll take this and you will put it in a block of wood and put it on your drill press. I don't think you're going to want to do this by hand, but you want to hold it steady and a drill press, get it nice and square. And then you take it and you will just run the drill bit into each hole a little bit. Don't take too much and don't get it too hot, but just go through here and take it a little bit at a time. And then you want to check occasionally the holes and see that they're actually going to have a nice. You want to create a knife edge on the inside of the hole. PRS guitar comes that way. It's got a very nice sharp knife edge, and you want that. And that way, when you get the screw in there, and I would say you want to use the PRS screws, which I'll show you in a second, it will make it will tip very well. So again, just take this, and I'll show you in this block of wood here. Take it like a block of wood, and take your bridge plate and just screw it down with a screw like this, like a grabber screw, sheetrock screw. Put a couple screws in there to hold it down, and that way when you come in here and you drill, it's nice and steady, nice and straight. So that's what I'd recommend as far as modifying the block. That'll get that part fixed, and it will work much better. So getting to the bridge, what you do is that you can see on this one, it has much more of a knife edge because I've already drilled this one out. It's been modified. It's even using an aftermarket block that I've modified. And this one, this is really important. You could get these PRS screws. I sell them for $18. And if you look at closely, they've got a little groove in there. And I'll try and show it to you. Not sure how clear this will be, but it's got a little groove at the top. And what that does, that will hold the bridge at a certain point, and you can actually even float your bridges if you have this. So the idea is that when you put the screw through here, you drop it through, and if you look closely, you can see the screw head is not touching, but it's up a little bit. That's because it's got a knife edge, and when you tip the bridge with this, you can see how far it goes, and I'm hoping you can see the little groove. So that's how PRS gets their bridges to feel so nice. So the first thing you want to do is get the screws. You can buy them on Amazon, eBay, and Music Lily and others. Again, I also sell them. I was so impressed with the performance. So this will make your 6-point or your 6-hole or 6-screw bridge work a whole lot better. So that's the first thing you want to do. So you get those out there, you get them opened up, you get these screws, it's going to work so much better you won't even believe it. And another thing is looking from the side here. You put it through there, look at the amount of tilt that you can get out of your bridge having this on there. It's quite a bit more. You can see it'll dive really, really far, and a stock bridges won't do that. So anyway, that'll be a big win for you. They sell them the sets of 6. That's what I would recommend with that. Now, what I also like to do, and I've done this, is the original one that I tested this on. this locking block that I make, is that I put nuts here. I get rid of the springs, which are almost useless, because over time they can actually wiggle, they can get loose. And once you set your intonation, you don't want to keep playing with it. So I get these little teeny screws. I think these are metric, but some are 440 thread if they're American, like a Strat. And I put little nuts on there and get like a little teeny wrench. The one that I use for this is like a 5.5 millimeter wrench, little teeny tiny thing. Bought that on Amazon. And once you lock these down, they don't shift around on you right to left. I mean, they're solid. So when you're working it, you want to keep everything as steady as possible if you want to have tuning stability. So that's what I do. That's a cheap fix. I think these are stainless. You probably pay under $1, $2 for these little nuts. So that's a really great fix. And again, if you've got this countersink bit, it's pretty much going to be a $2 upgrade to make your bridge work really awesome. So that's something that you can do to really improve your bridge. Now what I do is I've started to offer these things. This is the prototype, in fact the second prototype, and it's been machined. And what this one does is it will lock the strings underneath the bridge plate. So it'll be like in this kind of a arrangement here, and it'll lock it as the strings pass through the holes. It'll lock them before it ever gets up there. So and what that does is that when you use the trem and you use it I mean somewhat aggressively, it'll just hold the strings where the balls of the string cannot travel down into the bore and slip a little bit when you're really using it, because they will shift around because they get somewhat slack. And so that's what this thing does. And as he's saying, again, when I back that off, you can see the, oh, that one's not moving. Let's look at this one. You back it off, you can see it allows the string to pass through. And once the string is passed through, then you take it in here with an Allen wrench and then you just tighten it. Now, these big bolts don't, this is only for demonstration purpose. They use set screws. So you just tip your bridge up a little bit. And you reach in there with like an Allen wrench like this. And then you come right in there and you'll feed from underneath. You can access it easily with a long wrench like that. So that's what to do. So anyway, those are a few things that will help your guitar dramatically. And I'll have links in the video and in the comments or in the description section, and you can see how to get some of this stuff for yourself. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.